Icebreakers, they're great. I love them, especially to start Sunday school. Here you go. Coordination clap. This challenge is as old as the hills, but it works so great. You just get the kids down, you sit them on the floor, and you, the leader, start crossing your hands like this. You do it slow at first, and each time you cross your hands, the kids are all supposed to clap loudly one time. So clap, clap, clap. Now your job is to fake the kids out. You're going like this, you got a rhythm going, kids are clapping, and then you go and stop, and everybody who claps is eliminated. Also, if you cross your hands and someone doesn't clap, they're out too. Now, real tip here. It's impossible to know who actually claps and who doesn't, especially if you have quite a few kids. You can't tell. So this one is not for any kind of points, anything like that. Now, most of these games you play for points, and the way you do that is you have teams. You form, I would say, permanent teams. So every Sunday, kids expect to be on either the red team or the blue team or whatever you want to call them. And you give points to the teams that win. However, make sure the kids understand that this is all tongue-in-cheek fun. This is not a competition. There are no prizes for being the team at the end of the year that has won the most points. If you do give prizes, make it a rule that the team that wins gets the glory, but they gotta share whatever it is. If you have a bowl full of some kind of snacks or whatever, everybody gets it. All right? Name card draw. It's super simple. You get a container, maybe something a little bit bigger than a cup, and the kids, when they come in, they fill out an index card with just their name. That's a great way to keep attendance, by the way. They put it in the container, and then later on, when you're ready to start, you have the kids, you have someone, yourself or an assistant, pull out a card and give points to the kid who has got their name on that card. The next game I call Pickin' Nosin' for no good reason. Now, you can make this yourself, but I do have a PDF file with things for the games that I'm describing. So if you download it, you'll see the cartoon of a guy kind of picking his nose. The whole point of the game is to earn points. The kids just choose between like maybe 6 Pickin' Nosins that you have taped to the wall. They reach up, they pick one, and it's got points behind it, different point values for each Pickin' Nosin'. So you want an even number so that each team gets a turn, or maybe 3 turns if you have 6. And whoever gets the most points, they win that round, okay? But you keep adding up the points, not just from any game you play, but week to week to week. Got a minute. This is one that requires nothing. You just have the kids in their mind silently try to calculate how long a minute is, or how long it takes before a minute is finished. So you have to remove any clock or anything that they can see, make sure they're not looking at a watch or a phone. But you just have the kids raise their hand when they think a minute is up. What I would do, just as a tip, would be to go a little bit past. As soon as someone raises their hand and they're really close, don't go, there's the winner. Just wait for 2 or 3 more kids to raise their hands, and then you go back and you say, okay, that guy won, that girl won. That's points for the team. Cup side down. You need some cups, a whole lot of cups. I'd say at least probably 2 per player, but more if you can. And this can be done if you have a small group at a table. If you have a larger group, do it on the floor. You have an even number of cups. So let's say you've got 5 players on each team. You want to put down maybe 40 I would say 40 cups or even 30, and just split them in half so that you've got 15 that are facing this way on the table or floor and 15 that are facing up. At the signal to go, the teams start trying to turn the cups the way they want it on their team. And after, I don't know, maybe 45 seconds, call time, and then count the cups. If team has more this way than the other team has that way, then this team wins the game. They win the points. Chair stacker. This is a great one if the kids have a good sense of humor. You put chairs in a circle, one chair per student. They sit in the chairs, and you simply do something like this. Okay, everybody who has a dog at home, go 3 chairs to the left. So kids will go over 3 chairs to the left. Some will, and some don't have a dog, so they won't move, which means there's a good chance that there'll be 2 kids trying to share one chair. And that might happen multiple times, and sometimes it'll be a blank chair. Now, with kids, you're going to have them going, I don't want to sit on the lap of somebody else. They don't have to. You can fit easily 3 kids on a chair, one hogging the center part, and the other 2 just kind of hanging on to the sides with just barely sitting on each edge of the chair. This gets really fun. You keep on going down the list, and the kids keep going back and forth because you're going 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 3 to the right, that kind of thing as you call out the different deals. And it can be stuff like if you have black hair, move so-and-so. If you ate eggs for breakfast this morning. If you're wearing shoes, because some kids don't wear shoes, they take them off. At least here on the island they do. So that's a great game, and I encourage you to give it a shot. Towel turnover is one that I remember playing 400 years ago. For this challenge, the teams must be evenly balanced, so any extra kids can sit out. Every team gets a towel to stand on, and the size of the towel depends on the size of the team. So if you have a relatively small number of kids, you just use a regular bath towel. If you have a larger number, then you would use a beach towel. But the object of the game is to turn that towel completely over by just using your feet, never stepping off. Let them use their hands to turn the towel over with their feet still on it. Now, if someone steps off, you can stop the game and they lose. But if you want to be a little bit more merciful, give them a 5-second penalty. That would be the team gets a 5-second timeout. They can't move. They can't try to turn over the towel while the other team is still going. It's a challenge. Paper bag fight. This is a fun game to watch. Each team sends at least 1 volunteer forward, so you could have 1 or 2 kids playing for each team. There's a paper lunch sack for each kid. You set it up on the floor so that the paper bag is open and facing upwards. And the challenge is you stand over the paper sack, you lean over without using your hands or your arms, and you pick up that bag with your teeth. Pick it all the way up. Okay, not a problem. So then, for the next round, same kids, same sacks, you cut them with a good pair of scissors. Good pair of scissors meaning anything that's not used in preschool. You got to have good sharp scissors. Cut off an inch or maybe 2 inches if you want to go faster. And you have the same kids do the same thing, bend down, pick up the bag. Well, you can see where this is going. I have played this game where there are kids who can get down to 1/4 of an inch and still pick up the bag, but not very many kids can do that. And by the way, I think some of the kids don't look quite as slim and trim as they used to. The drinking straw race. This is funny to watch. It's really simple. I don't have a straw anywhere in my place here to demonstrate it, but you call at least 1 volunteer from each team to come forward, and they are given each a drinking straw, which they put in their mouth, pointing towards the crowd. The object of the game is to be the first to turn that straw end for end, using only their mouth. Icebreakers, they're great Thanks for watching. See you next time. God bless you now. I like icebreakers, and I know you probably do too. The ones I'm going to show you today,